Right, final piece. It's been a fairly packed and impactful show, but not as much as this last piece. As the world turns into chaos and the people divide grows wider, these are exceptional and dangerous times for us all. Forget elections. Forget mass arrests. Forget Comey, Mueller, Page, Bannon, etc. Forget Russian collusion, Ukrainian collusion, Chinese collusion. It's all a distraction, and let's focus. Forget Trump and his band of Israelites coming to save you. Save you from what? New boss, same as the old boss? Forget Q and its cryptic code messages. There are people suffering and dying, and what are they doing about it? What difference does it make if they make 1,000 or 100,000 of government and agency-based criminals, if hundreds of thousands of people die due to poverty, violence and fear created by the portal people? Forget the trustee and her promises of funds, favours, biomachines, student loans removed, deleting this, that and the other group. She tells us the problem is the banks, and yet sends our trust money to the very same banks. The problem isn't the banks per se, it is the inability to listen. Forget the others promoting RVs, GCR, Nasara, Jessara, San Germain, Hidalgo, Heritage, De Villiers trusts, birth certificate funds. Forget the militias, white hats, anonymous groups, 144,000 groups coming to save you. They aren't. Forget 2 weeks from Drake, tomorrow ad nauseum from Tank and cohorts, and Kim this coming Monday or Tuesday events. None of them ever happened. Forget mass arrests started by David Wilcock in 2002. We have waited 18 years for that, and it failed as well. They arrested Jeffrey Epstein, and what happened next? Nothing. Forget insert name of ET group coming to save their alleged brothers and sisters. They didn't. Forget the New Age, all flowery, love and light BS. Forget the spiritualist groups BS of enlightenment. Forget the Kumbaya singing of peace and love as well. The whole lot of it is pure distraction tactics. And if that wasn't the truth, this world would be all so much better now. It's not, and that is the pure facts and the truth. Let's focus on what is real and really happening here. The loss of our jobs, the loss of our incomes, the loss of our ability to travel, the loss of social engagement, the loss of children going to school, the loss of touching each other, the loss of frequency combining, the loss of friends, family and neighbours, the loss of free speech, and the loss of our freedom. They have increased the range and availability to spy on us. They are sending out the control system puppets called the police to deliberately harass, intimidate, arrest us and in some cases kill us. They have increased the availability of technology solely designed to harm, harvest and control us. They have drastically reduced our food supply whilst increasing the prices of it. They have escalated poverty tenfold on all countries and peoples. they have increased our taxes while decreasing it for the rich. It was always said with taxes that the only thing left they haven't taxed yet is breathing. Well, they have now. It's called the mask. And that is now taxing our ability to breathe and live. They have harvested all of our businesses, jobs, patents and lifestyles, whilst enriching their wealth by nearly 40 trillion in under 6 months. They are enacting draconian laws upon us, blatant fascism, dictatorships and their Fourth Reich in America as they warned us of. They have turned the people against each other, turned ignorant people into thinking that they are medical experts, turned the medical experts who speak the truth into pariahs and conspiracy theorists. These are the real things to focus on. They wheeled out the manufactured protest groups and riots with BLM, Antifa and other agitators that have destroyed some of our communities. And what did the authorities do to stop it? Nothing. Did the media cover it in any detail or condemn it? No. Towns, villages, monuments, all destroyed to show the watchers how evil and juvenile we all are. Oh look, the stupid humans are burning their homes and businesses again. The authorities have spent the money amongst themselves and left the public money short. Bought us off with $1,200 inconvenience checks, of which most people never received, due to IRS failures, then the postal service, or banking issues, or so we were told. But it's funny, the postal service never failed to deliver ballots to vote for 2 people the public never asked for, isn't it? $1,200 payoff to shut up and tolerate outright fascism. 30.5 weeks of lockdown for $1,200, which equates to $39 a week for those fortunate enough to receive it. $39 fucking a week to tolerate fascism. That is the real focus. Not bogus bloody emails, corrupt DOJ agencies or Congress and fake mass arrests. Focus on what is real and happening to us, not criminals within our midst, because unless bold actions are taken soon, we will all end up in camps or body bags with them criminals anyway. The clowns and their so-called self-entitlement program are running a harvesting program, a giant Milgram experiment on us, MK Ultra on us, that is stripping us of everything before our eyes. While some are playing, our show is better than yours. The portal people globally are spreading hatred, division, and more importantly, fear, and turning this planet into a giant adrenochrome centre. So they corralled us into our homes, that is 8 times more toxic than outside, according to their own EPA. They then push you towards the internet for their pro-pagan DAR purposes, until the people started seeing through the illusion of all their banal shit. They started to lose the narrative, and they know how damaging that is, as all their programs and programming begins to break down. So what happens next? YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Go Ogle, and the fascist Hebrew Anunnaki ran Facebook decide to take their ball away and ban posts that go against community standards. Do they reveal what those standards are? Who are the community? No. In their game, there are no rules. Do as we say, even though we're never told what you can't say or what you can do. Or we erase your pages, blogs, comments or videos. It's all very Talmudic, that is it not? Seven months on since this virus of magic abilities that can tell the time, measure distances, know the dates, that eliminates flu, heart disease, cancer and many other illnesses. It also carries an immunity for certain people, like politicians, like the police, like the National Guard, the portal people and presumably the military. Yet how many people stuck in their Hunger Game districts, all 13 of them, 13 districts, 13 colonies, 13 states, 13 tribes of Israel, 13 zodiacs, and yes, it is all connected. Have they asked why those people are immune from not only wearing masks, but from this magic virus? No. Do you really believe the politicians or so-called stars have gotten COVID? Look at Trump and his 3-day stage play of I am Jesus Christ returning from the dead virus. Do you really believe that theatre? He went to Bethesda Hospital, which just happens to be a pool in Jerusalem, where Jesus, which is Horus, miraculously healed a paralyzed man, we are told. Now the pool is stated to be a mikveh pool, which is a ritual pool for the purpose of ritual immersion in Judaism, to achieve ritual purity. Oh my. Day of Atonement for Trump. The word Bethesda means house of mercy, which makes a change from house of Israel, I suppose. And to complete the biblical-based prophecy, Bethesda is housed in the land of Mary, or the modern-day term, Maryland. Forget Biden. He is but a mere puppet amongst puppets. The real Punch and Judy puppet theatre show is Trump and Pelosi. That 13-point piece I did on a recent show and posted on the MeWe chat is unfolding before your eyes. And Trump, like the trustee at this point, appears impotent. Not important, impotent. The common theme is ego. Presenting yourself as the saviour program always ends in tears, whether at the top end of the scale or lower down amongst the masses. And when it goes wrong, and it always does, their heads in olden times ended up on the chopping block. Nowadays, it ensures social media ridicule and abuse. The alt media is no different. Egos running rampant, people playing opportunistic games to elevate their own status despite not being able to do the job of the person they are replacing. All divide and conquer tactics that the so-called powers that be lap up and laugh hysterically in their secret boardrooms. Cassandra stated this. Is she wrong? My very letter to this man called the Ruiner will be a representation of the fact that you all cannot see truth when it's in front of you. And you will always choose the more comfortable free ride provided by leaders who are willing to be responsible for you. Before April, things were going really well. And we had the powers that were on the rack. They were being strangled along with their old system and ways. And since then, it's all gone to hell in a handbasket. Who or what made the difference? Why was that difference allowed to happen? And who facilitated it? And I'm sorry, Kim, but you have to take a fair chunk of the responsibility for this mess. You're the one who held or holds all the power. You're the one who holds all the life force energy known as the trust. And subsequently, you're the one who holds the purse strings. And you're the one who, based on what you said to Alan James, has given out $33.5 trillion, almost none of which has helped the people, and some accountability to we the people is required here. The focus is not one small group, either yours or THI, but the bigger picture here that is unfolding, that on current inputs seems to be largely overlooked in favour of status. But that status, like the people's, is being eroded before our eyes. And what are you doing about it? What are you doing about it? Infighting within your own group on an unprecedented scale and trying to cover it all up to save face. Really? To save face? All our faces are being stripped faster than a Hillary Clinton Hoomer Abeddon video. Look around you. A disaster is unfolding on an unprecedented scale, whilst you play hide and seek with the truth that is protecting the self only, and subsequently service the self and not others. From that standpoint, we the people have always failed. The inability to share and care, the ability to play musical chairs with roles too few are capable of honouring. The ability to let ego get in the way of a more valid movement or community, the inability to listen out for and protect the few people brave enough to speak the truth, the inability to coalesce into a cohesive unit to fight for the collective, and the innate ability to destroy those few who do have your best interests at heart. And for what? Your own status or perception of it? There are tens of people on this planet running around stating they are the reincarnation of Jesus and Mary. And what are they doing about it? One is selling sunshine in the desert region while chasing the currency revaluation called the RV. Really? These people are taking the piss with their ego-based statuses, because not one is operating as the archetype of that role, not one. And therein lies the problem. And this is what Cassandra the parent told us all again. And can we as a collective really question what she said? She said this: a few may act or feel differently, but the focus remains on the majority, not the few lonely villagers questioning and dreaming. The energy you possess is squandered, neglected, abused. And for 100 years we have fed your entertainment and you have devoured our offering, supporting the lies you told, ignoring the nuggets or the people of truth, and not once given us any indication you wish things to be different. Speak up if you have something to say. We are listening, but we will not allow you to waste a resource such as yourselves, and you cannot be allowed to destroy the planet like your creators designed you to. Can you really disagree with her? Some deep soul searching is required by us all, and I mean us all. Where are we going here? What are we really trying to achieve? Am I or are we giving all our best shot? What are we saving? Is it worth saving? Are we adults or are we children? The very first THI show I stated two things. I would tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. And secondly, I said this show and its listeners must think and act different. THI has, by and large, thought and acted different, which is why we are attacked so much. We created a movement of people from varying backgrounds, diverse cultures and countries, differing religions and colours. We came up with innovative solutions to a range of topics, ranging from finance, food, health, law, teaching, building, governance, business, homes, villages, and many others, with a vision of all people are equal. We created groups in the various states of America, groups in other countries, encouraged all people to have a say, all people to speak up, all people to bring forward their ideas, and all people to be leaders. We created ebooks for the people to learn some true history. We got people off long-term meds, pharmaceutical drugs, recreational drugs, alcohol, out of cults, out of religious dogma, out of witchcraft covens, out of fake spiritual groups, out of their programs and programming. We helped people with their paranormal issues, including abductions, astral rapes, visitations, bizarre experiences, and much more the general society considers not normal. We help people with their own emotional trauma, those who have been in the programs. We helped the monarch agents, and we helped and supported the trustee, the Eve, and the Earth ambassador. We helped people address their shadow and inner work. We gave people a far greater understanding of what is life, love, being human, who and what is the control system, the roles of the puppets and who they are, and a history knowledge base that once fully distributed will change all of the people of this planet. We brought the truth, we brought balance, and we pointed fingers as much at us as the clowns, elite, and the cabal. We brought people together, showed them how to learn again of how to work together as a unit, not as individuals. We taught people to be less angry, violent, antagonistic, revengeful, and hateful. We taught people to care more, share more, love more, and support more. And we taught people to think more. We taught people empowerment and how to step into their own sovereignty. We taught people how to protect themselves from attacks, repair your PSI fields, protect your energies. We fixed people's health conditions and removed entity attachments. We unblocked people's throat chakras. We promoted other groups, peoples, and their ideas. We taught people soul development and removed several out of the astral level and onto the mental planes. We came up with a plethora of all-inclusive solutions of how to fix this world and its people. We gave people their own power back, their life back, their purpose back, and themselves back. I did all that in 4.25 years of working for the Trust and 4.5 years of running the People's Club for no pay. Did I complain of that? Nope. Because I didn't do it for a return, financial or otherwise. I did it for we the people. And so did many others. I and we did all that in THI, and no one can take that away from us. No one. But what did we and I get in return? Has all been laid to bear. People like the Bubbas, Cosmic Voice Crew, Drake, Madeline Neatane, Chloe Kirker, Shane Bales, Randy Morgans, Lily Earthling, Jimmy Brent, Alan James and his crew whose names are not fully determined yet, Stephen Rowe, better known as Tank and his motley crew, Ava Cowan, and lastly the trustee herself, Kim Go-Guen, trashing it and us. Based not on truth but lies. Is that how humanity is going to survive or thrive? Well, is it? If you don't like your name on that list, my question is, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do to fix or correct it? Have you looked within yourself as to why you would attack a group and person who built and did all that for and by the people? Well, have you? We built for the first time in history a whole community and support structure that is solely based on, for and by the people. And the above mentioned names chose to divide and conquer it. Due to insecurity, overinflated egos and the sense of the self and not the all. How has that worked out for you all? How is dividing and conquering we the people for your own personal ends going to fix or save this planet or its people? How, having done all of the above, many good things, that has improved the lives of so many people around the world, is it okay to trash that person and that group? Why would you do that to the very few who are willing to stand up and risk their lives for the benefit of the all? The answers, as always, are within. They always were. You may see me and THI as the boogeyman in the mirror, but that is the illusion game you have played with yourselves your whole lives. I am open to constructive criticism the same as everyone else, providing it has a basis of truth or reality. And yet these same people who accuse me and us won't meet face to face or call to call. Why is that? Am I scary? The tiny scary man. Ooh. Or is it just because their claims are not based in reality and can't face the truth? Do I get all things or situations right? Absolutely not. Yet why am I held to such high levels of accountability that is not exhibited to, for, or by others? That is the question, but you are the answer. Illusion or reality, lies or truth, together or divided, thriving or conquered, organic or cybernetic, mental planes or astral, higher vibration or lower vibration, balance or ego, side by side or hierarchy, harvesting ideas or sharing them, creativity or destruction, evolution or devolution, life or death, chaos or order, sanity or unsanity, duality or triality, one-on-one with the one, or 1-0-0, which is exactly what is in the opening of the 100 series, is it not? 2 zeros crashing together. Symbology is and was their downfall. Real source or fake gods and goddesses, one Neo or millions of Neos. Personally, I don't care whether you don't like me, as it drives me on to greater heights and so is actually beneficial to me, but not yourselves. One person described me this week as wounded. You look in the wrong direction, because pictures can tell 1,000 words. Look at what my vision brought forward and the THI listeners and members delivered on a daily basis. Vast improvements, and yet you people think I and we are some way bad, evil, or the devil incarnate. Have you ever seen any dark being create that much good and beneficial for we the people before? Well, have you? As you all know, we welcome ideas here, so please enlighten us as to when and how a so-called dark being did what we have done with THI. And let's get real here. You may trash us all you like, yet funny enough you find it worthy enough to take all our ideas, proposals and solutions for your own ends. Take a bow, Alan James and Tank, and to a degree Kim as well. The reality is I'm just the mirror of your own internal failures and your subsequent external projections. You may all think and believe it's me, but the answer you already know is yourselves. I have just become the convenient battering ram and target for your own shortcomings. You can carry on deluding yourselves and contribute to to we the people's downfall, or show some gumption and fix you and it? Humanity is in an almighty mess, and no amount of delusion or New Age rhetoric will change that fact. We have to act now and fast. We have common goals, and yet some want to use it to enhance and promote the self. It has never worked in the past and will never work in the future. Dividing and conquering is operating for and by the cabal, not we the people, no matter how much you kid yourselves otherwise. My door remains open for you all to walk through again and join a group of hope, passion, drive, togetherness and community spirit rarely seen anywhere outside of this group, and that is a fact. Your past I'm less interested in. Only your ability to correct wrongs within you and towards us. Your future and forward path determines your development, not mine or ours. Humanity is in a mess and at a crossroads that requires focus not on and of the self, but amongst us all. We will never achieve anything divided. A look back in history tells you that. Billions of people killed following a psychotic plan of controlling psychopaths and gods has got us nowhere. Why did that happen? Because we never built an alternative until now of for and by the people. That is our past legacy of disunity and non-harmonic, and some people want to replicate that again just to look important. Wrong thinking. You do important work, not look important. Are we creating shared clockwise life force or allowing them to take our life by force? And it all comes down to choices in life. And those named above have some serious considerations to do in and of themselves. Are we acting in the right way? And are we working for humanity or just ourselves only? What is your choice? Carry on dividing and contributing towards the end of humanity as we know it, or grow a set and work with us for a brighter future for us all. Thank you and good night.